So you know Disney, huh? And you know Fortnite, huh? Now imagine if some twisted teenage kid decided to rule 34 of them together. So apparently Disney, the creators of such classics as The Little Mermaid live action, The Lion King live action, and Pinocchio live action, and Epic, creators of the best game launcher on PC, and Fortnite, are going into bed together. Disney apparently just purchased an equity stake in Epic for a measly $1.5 billion, and they're set to, quote, create an expansive universe within Fortnite, end quote. Whatever the fuck that means. Their official statement reads, the Walt Disney Company and Epic Games will collaborate on an all-new games and entertainment universe that will further expand the reach of beloved Disney stories and experiences. They go on to say, Disney will also invest $1.5 billion to acquire an equity stake in Epic Games alongside the multi-year project. The transaction is subject to customary closing conditions, including regulatory approvals. So I'm wondering if they're still awaiting trading regulators like the FDA to approve the deal. I'm not sure if the deal has gone through completely yet, but we'll have to wait and see. They continue by saying, in addition to being a world-class games experience and interoperating with Fortnite, the new persistent universe will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, don't forget shop, and engage with content, characters and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Why Avatar? So I feel like the wording here is very specific, and if we squint our eyes a little bit, we can almost read the words metaverse in the fine print. They mention things like a new persistent universe, which with some extrapolating, we can probably deduce that they mean a new Fortnite. But make it Disney, Bob! Or at least a whole new experience inside Fortnite, like Fortnite Lego was, or, Rocket League Fortnite. Only probably a lot more expanded, otherwise they wouldn't have probably paid the big bucks. But of course, most of us would probably just run far away at the first mention of a Fortnite clone made by just some random company, right? How many metaverses have we seen fall far down the trash can, right? Well, I'll show you, cause here we have the four horsemen of the apocalypse. We have Meta's Metaverse, we have Cineverse, we have Earth 2.0, and how could we forget Income Island? Ah, fuck! I should have probably used this before clicking on these top tier STD sites, right? Also, is Markibu still trying to figure out how legs work?
Legs?
Legs!
No, I think the strategy here actually feels pretty solid, to be honest. Quick aside here, obviously I'm just explaining my rationale on the matter. This is in no way an endorsement of the types of actions that we'll discuss later on, okay? So, picture this. You're Disney, right? Fuck. Oh god, I wish I was Disney. You've got all of these incredibly recognizable franchises and characters. And over there there's Epic, squeezing every wallet of every mommy and daddy out there effortlessly. Now, remember you're Disney, okay? You're a multi-billion-dollar
cannibalistic entity set on devouring the souls of every child and every man-child on the planet.
You want to be like Fortnite? Well, you actually have years and years of branding, instead of just some funny haha banana man, he banana. But you are smart. Your name is not Mark the Lizard or Ubisoft the Soft. No, you know that these companies trying to leech off the success of Fortnite are just fake-ass posers who don't really understand a lick of what made that game what it is. Because no Warner Brothers, picking a once-beloved studio like Rocksteady, creators of the monuments, the behemoths, that are the Batman Arkham games, and forced them to make a cookie-cutter, soulless fucking excuse of a live service game where Captain Boomerang shoots a motherfucking gun, is not the brightest of ideas, is it?
EA Sports.
It's in the name, idiot. So, why would you make yourself miserable trying to make this work yourself when you can actually just brute force the whole fucking process, right? And so, you reach for your fat little checkbook of yours, buy a stake in the company that made Fortnite in the first place, and make them integrate your own IPs into it, right? Boom! You've been games, sucker! And we're not just talking about skins or minigames here. To me, it feels like they're gearing up to recreate like a digital Disney World, just with some experiences that would only be possible in a virtual world. You can actually see in this shot of the trailer all the similarities to a real-world Disney park, and if you look even closer, you can actually see a lot of the IPs already. There's the Marvel Tower, Lucas, Wreck-It Ralph, ESPN, Disney Cruise Lines for some fucking reason. At this point, I wouldn't even be that surprised if they brought back the Handwich, to be fair. Now, as to what that may actually look like when it finally comes out is anyone's guess. Personally, I hope it's another Disneyland Adventures for the Kinect. Is it going to be like individual games developed with specific Disney characters in mind? Maybe we're gonna have the possibility of building our own worlds with Disney assets? Or maybe we'll be able to watch live sports events with other people, like with the concert events that they did in Fortnite. Who knows? The one thing that you can be sure is that they're gonna focus a whole lot on the shopping part of the slogan. Just think about all the sweet monetization goodness that Papa Mickey is already cooking up, boys. Because you can be sure that they're itching at their feet to come up with all the most devious shit you've ever seen. But it just feels so wrong that a company like Disney, with the kind of reputation that they've garnered over the years, suddenly becomes even more all-encompassing, you know, by gobbling up a company as far-reaching as Fortnite, right? It just makes my skin crawl a little bit, just thinking about how excited those fucking Disney executives must be right now.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. But it does contain Pot of Greed!
It's not possible!
But I got one question, sir. If this is seemingly more than a simple collaboration between these two giants and more of a complete integration of one another, what will actually become of all the other Fortnite collabs already in place? Or future ones, for that matter? Will Disney executives really be that happy to let other companies take ride on Epic Games after having paid just a small fortune to acquire some of it? I'm not sure. It all just depends on how this convergence between the two ultimately materializes into, right? If it's a separate game mode entirely, you know the ones where you launch the game and have the option to choose between the regular old Fortnite and the new Disney one, then I don't really see why other brands wouldn't be allowed to continue having events in the main game, right? It would mean that the two modes would be sufficiently distinct from one another, right? But then, is it really what Disney would want from such an aggressive move into the games industry? That's not my Disney, man. That's not the Disney I know. Also, on the subject of Disney becoming our corporate overlords, get this. ESPN, which is owned by yours truly, Fox and Warner Brothers Discovery are apparently set to join hands and, get this, launch a joint sports streaming service. So according to this article from CNBC, all the cable channels owned by each company will be included in the bundle along with ESPN Plus, the streaming service. People are expecting it to cost along the lines of $40 to $50, which seems like a good idea if we put aside the monopolistic behavior. To be honest, I hope this is a win for sports fans like myself and that we get a complete and sensible offer, but we need to see it with our own two eyes, right? The well-being of the customer is not really something that these companies tend to focus on primarily, and especially not these fucking goobers. But if I'm being true to myself, the concept of having an all-in-one service is kind of exciting, from a personal finance point of view and from a convenience point of view too. What sucks is that if the app sucks, if the service is dysfunctional, well, we'll be left with no alternative at all, and that sucks. But hey, at the end of the day, this is all just a theory, speculation, so we'll have to wait and see what hellish and dystopian world awaits us in the near future. So have a good week, you beautiful bastards, and I'll see you on the next brain-freezing moment I have. Toodles!